Well, a number of organisations taking government to court for its decision to not publish the 2021 Matric results. One of them is South Africa's National Editors Forum, or Sanef. Basic Education says the Protection of Personal Information Act is the reason for the decision. So where does Sanef stand on all of this? Reggy Moalusi joining us from Sanef this morning. Hello to you, Reggy. Where do you land on this? What is the words you would use to describe how you feel about this morning?
Unfortunate and disappointed, but I must also point out, Gareth, that we are not one of the organizations. It's actually three other organizations that have taken the department to court. We wrote to the department, our lawyers wrote to them, but we didn't litigate. We had a fruitful meeting with the department yesterday. So the department, obviously, they are not going to oppose whatever court outcome is coming out tomorrow, and they will abide by that court ruling. And we are hoping for the best, that the court ruling would be in favor, to say the department needs to continue letting us, as the media fraternity, to publish those results. And we are more than willing, and we pointed that out to the department, that we will adhere by the POPI Act and we respect the POPI Act. But the decision that was announced earlier last week was unfortunate. We were disappointed because there was no prior consultation with us, which the department apologized for yesterday when we met.
But why would you describe it as surprised and disappointed? I'm trying to understand why Sanef would want these results published. What difference would it make if it's published or if children can go to school to get the results? I'm not quite following the thinking.
Look, Gareth, much as it's been tradition that the results have been published over the years, and it's been that tradition, and that tradition before the enactment of the POPI Act, that's the middle of last year, newspapers and digital platforms across various media were publishing their results only using student numbers. And we were not making any money as a media fraternity from that. So it's the breaking of that tradition, and the breaking of that tradition using the POPI Act. What we're saying, yes, the POPI Act came in, but we are surprised because the decision was very sudden and we were not consulted. We had the whole 7 months of last year to chat, for the department to reach out to us and speak to us. That didn't happen. Hence, we were taken aback when they made the announcement early last week.
So this is about money. It's about sales of newspapers.
Not at all. We are not even making money. In fact, when newspapers started to only publish student numbers, those newspapers lost a whole lot of circulation. I mean, we can go to the ABC and you see on the day how much they lost. The principle here at the moment is that newspapers have lost money. If we knew that we were not going to be allowed to publish these results, then we couldn't have pre-ordered large amounts of paper using money that's much needed during a pandemic that has affected us as the media fraternity when jobs have been lost. So it's not even about money. It's about the retention of readers. It's about giving readers what we have been giving them over past decades and all that, and that's been the tradition. To say there's commercial interest and we are making money out of the sales of newspapers, that's misguided and misplaced.
And where do you fall on, Reggy, where do you fall on the debate that this is about protecting the dignity of pupils, especially pupils who might not have done well in Matric? Their friends, their families, their loved ones see them with their results, and they can see that public agony when they don't get the results that they were hoping for. Where do you stand on how this feels for a pupil who perhaps failed Matric or didn't do as well as they were hoping?
We fall on the sympathy side, and we say that cannot be acceptable, that we have pupils who didn't see their student numbers in newspapers, and we have seen over the years some learners committing suicides and all that we cannot support. That we say it cannot be the case, and we said that as much to the department. We also said to the department, we have always supported what COSAS has been saying, to say let's publish the results, but let's be mindful of the protection of learners' privacy. Let's also be mindful that not all learners have passed. So I think as a media fraternity, we are very much aware of our responsibilities, and we are aware of what we ought to publish and what we ought not to do. So the publication of those student numbers, really it's students that have shared those student numbers with their family members to check how well they did. And we are not going to say we condone that students who didn't fail and who don't appear in newspapers should be treated as a separate case or should be seen as lesser intelligent or whatever not. We said to the department, we support that, and we support the POPI Act. We support what the Act says. As Sanef, we played quite a key role in the compilation of the Act itself because the information regulator kept on consulting with us. So we know what the POPI Act entails. We know its responsibilities.
Reggy, I'm going to say thank you very much. It's always such a pleasure to speak to you. Sanef Executive Director Reggy Moalusi joining us here on eNCA. All the best to the matriculants as those results come out later in the week. There's ongoing debate. Should they be published publicly or should they be kept private and only be collected from the school where the pupils go to? That debate's not going to go away anytime soon.